I lost the love of my life because I was selfish, but it's his fault for not being enough. Reddit, I need to vent. I know, judging from the title, I'm probably going to get roasted, but I need to say it. My life is a mess. I'm Ari, 38F, and I used to have it all. A nice house, 2 kids, Damon Jr., 10, and Charlie, 7, and a husband, Damon. Before I met Damon, I still lived in my parents' house. I had dropped out of college and didn't want to work. It was no secret that I was my parents' golden child. They didn't push me to find a job or even ask me to go back to college. I stayed home and lived off my dad or whatever guy I was dating at the time. I dated a married man for a month. Then I dumped him because he could no longer support my lifestyle. Eventually, my father sat me down and said he and my mother wanted grandkids, and it was time to get married. I agreed on the condition that I get to decide who the person is. I went on a lot of dates, but no one caught my eye until I met Damon. He was a well-built guy and looked like he had money. Instantly, I started to put in an effort. He would take me to nice places for our dates and always treated me like a princess. Out of all the guys, he seemed the most reliable, so when he asked me out, I said yes. After we got married, I started to resent Damon. He wanted to save and invest money in case we had kids instead of living like we did before, and he changed jobs just so he could be home more and spend time with me. After this, I distanced myself from him and started to cheat emotionally. I would talk crap about him to my parents behind his back and then pretend I didn't know why they were treating him badly. 3 years into our marriage, Damon almost left me due to the treatment from my family and how cold I was with him. I could tell he was pulling away, but I didn't want to deal with it or address the problem. I didn't step up until he stopped sleeping in the same bed with me. I did what I had to do. I got pregnant with our first child, Damon Jr. I put in the effort and pretended to be all in. A month after Damon Jr. was born, I found out he got a DNA test behind my back. I was furious, but I never confronted him about it. Things got better for a while. But then the old me came back. I started making comments about how he wasn't man enough and telling him about other options. This went on for a while until I got pregnant with our second child. He insisted on a DNA test. I brushed him off and avoided the topic, but he only got louder and called me out, saying he would not take care of the child until he got one. I blew up and left the house to stay with my parents. I told everyone about what he said and how he was treating me, even though I knew deep down he had every right to be suspicious. Everyone jumped all over him and treated him like a villain. They called him names and told me to leave him. I just stood back and smirked like I was the prize, and he should be lucky I still wanted him. He eventually stopped coming to my family's events and friend hangouts. I was happy cause now I wouldn't have to deal with him sulking and being a downer. After Charlie's birth, he got his DNA test, and I completely clocked out of the marriage after it was proven that Charlie was his son. With every gathering, I grew distant from him and the kids. Sometimes, before I leave, I look at him, hoping he would say something, but he never does. For some reason, that angered me. When I was home, I avoided the kids, and when I went out, I never offered to take them with me. Damon said nothing when I would leave and not return home. He didn't blow up when I talked on the phone or pushed his buttons with other men and made comments. It annoyed me and made me feel small that my comments no longer hurt him. So I stopped hiding the fact that I was seeing other people. I would throw it in his face every chance I got. I acted like I was better than him, and he needed me, even though I didn't work and he paid all the bills. I thought he'd just deal with it like he always does. But I was so wrong. I was so busy trying to bring him down that I never realized he was moving things and separating himself from me. Then, Charlie's 7th birthday rolled around. Damon got everything Charlie wanted, and he threw a nice party in the backyard. I was so annoyed being there. Even though it was my child's birthday, I didn't get him a gift or anything. I didn't even stay to see him cut the cake. Halfway through Charlie's party, I got a call from a guy I was seeing. He wanted me to come hang out with him and his friends. Without saying bye, I went into the house and got dressed and left. I saw Damon looking at me through the window once I got into my car, but I left anyway. I felt so uneasy driving away, but I brushed it off, and once I got to my destination, I stopped thinking about Damon and his kids. Hours passed, and I was too wasted to go home, so I went to the guy's house with no call and no text to Damon. I didn't go back to my place until 2 in the afternoon the next day. I had a hangover, and Didn't want to deal with the kids. I was already thinking of what to say to bring Damon down before I even got into the house. I opened the door, and the house felt empty. I laughed, thinking to myself, he's on one of his tantrums again, but I was so wrong. I went to the kitchen to get food, and that was when I saw the note on the fridge. Don't look for us. My heart dropped. I ran to the guest room, and his things were gone. I didn't want to believe it, so I ran to the kids' room, and there was nothing but their beds. I dropped to the floor. He was gone. Weeks passed, and I didn't hear from him. I told myself that he would come back soon, but deep down I knew he wasn't. Things didn't feel real until I got the papers. That's when my life fell apart. I called my parents and told them everything, and I had to tell all my friends. This one girl, Nessa from the group, told me that it should have been expected and I shouldn't pretend I loved him after everything I did. No one in the group said anything to defend me. I was so angry that I told Nessa to go F herself. She was a single mother, and no one loved her. Then I left. By the time the court date rolled around, I was a mess. In court, he laid it all out. The constant put-downs, the affairs, how I neglected the kids. He had pictures, texts, everything. He painted me as a monster. And the worst part? He was right. He got full custody. After everything in court, my family, who always said he wasn't good enough, suddenly didn't want anything to do with me. My friends cut me off because of what I said to Nessa, and my social life imploded. I'm alone. I miss the kids, more than I thought I would. I miss Damon and all the small things he did for me. I feel pathetic. I treated him like dirt, and now I'm crying about it. I keep telling myself it's his fault. If he had just been the man I wanted, I wouldn't have strayed. But deep down, I know that's a lie. I was selfish, and I ruined everything. I don't know what I expect from posting this. Maybe some of you will understand. Maybe you'll tell me I deserve it. Either way, I needed to say it. Update. 5 months later, and he's replaced me. I can't take it. Reddit, it's me again. It's been 5 months of agonizing silence, of picking up the shattered pieces of a life I carelessly destroyed. 5 months since the divorce was finalized, a legal stamp on my utter ruin. I had to sell the house, the beautiful, spacious house he paid for, the one I filled with empty promises and broken trust. Now, I'm back in my childhood bedroom. A 38-year-old woman was reduced to a petulant teenager in a room filled with dusty trophies and forgotten dreams. My parents barely acknowledge me. They look at me with a mixture of pity and disgust, like I'm a failure, a stain on their perfect record. A week ago, the dam broke. I was mindlessly scrolling through old photos on my phone, snapshots of a life that felt like a distant dream, birthday parties, family vacations, moments I barely appreciated. I saw pictures of Damon, his smile genuine, his eyes filled with a warmth I extinguished. And then I saw the emptiness, the hollowness in my own eyes, the forced smiles, the distance I created. It was like watching a horror movie of my own making. I curled up on my bed, sobbing, wondering if he was happier without me. A stupid, self-destructive thought, I know, but I couldn't stop myself. So, like a wounded animal drawn to the source of its pain, I did what any broken person would do. I stalked his social media. Nothing could have prepared me for who I saw. It was Nessa. She was in every picture, some with just Damon and then family pictures. She was pretty and looked like she belonged in a way I never did. There were pictures of them together looking like the perfect blended family. They looked so normal, so happy, happier than we were. It made me physically sick. A burning jealousy that clawed at my throat, a suffocating sense of loss. I couldn't understand it. How could he just replace me? How could he be so happy after everything I did? I lost all control. I went to Nessa's page and to her latest post, a picture of them at a park, laughing and holding hands, and I commented. I said something I instantly regretted. Disgusting. Playing mommy to my kids. Enjoy my leftovers, huh? I know, it was a pathetic, desperate attempt to inflict the same pain I was feeling. But I was hurting, and I wanted to lash out, to make someone else feel the same emptiness that was consuming me. The backlash was immediate and brutal. People attacked me from all sides. His friends, her friends, even strangers, their words like shards of glass, cutting through my already fragile defenses. They called me names I'd never been called before and accused me of being a toxic ex, a terrible mother, and a monster. They laughed at me. I deleted the comment in a panic, but the screenshots were already circulating, a permanent record of my meltdown. And then, the final blow, I realized Nessa wasn't with our old friend group anymore. They had cut me off. All of them. For nothing. I don't understand. Why does she get to take my place? Why does she get to be happy with my kids, with my Damon, in my life? Why does she get to have the life I did? And why don't I get to say how I feel? Am I not allowed to be angry? Am I not allowed to be hurt? They make me feel like I am crazy, like I'm the one who's lost my grip on reality. I'm sitting here in my old bedroom, staring at the ceiling. My parents are downstairs, pretending I don't exist. I can't eat. I can't sleep. The only images that play in my mind are of Damon and Nessa, smiling and laughing, an infuriating happiness. It's like a knife twisting in my gut. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move on from this. I just want the pain to stop, the crushing weight of regret to lift. I want my kids back. I want my life back. But I know deep down I don't deserve it. I built this prison for myself, and now I'm trapped inside with no escape.